His Second Chance, a Hammond Family Farm novel. Ivory Peaks Romance, Book 2. Written by Liz Isaacson. Narrated by Cody Roberts. Chapter 1. Matthew Whettstein finished with his tie and went down the hall to the kitchen. Britt and Keith both sat at the tiny table pushed into a corner, each with a bowl of oatmeal in front of them. "How is it?" he asked his kids. "Good," Keith said, getting up. He too wore his best Sunday suit, but his tie sat askew at his collar. Britt gave Matt a thumbs up, her mouth full of her lunch. Matt hated that he'd made oatmeal for lunch, but it was easy, and they had a long day ahead of them still. Not only that, but he'd been out in the fresh snow, fighting the tractor and then the barn doors for far too long. If they didn't leave in the next 5 minutes, they'd be late to the wedding. Matt did not want to be late for Hunter Hammond's marriage ceremony. He loved the kid, now a 26-year-old man, Matt supposed, as if he were his own, and he'd been working for the Hammonds on their family farm for over 15 years. "Finish up, Britt," he said, turning to his son. "Let me fix your tie, bud." Keith held still and let him do it, but he wore an edge in his eyes. Matt smiled at him anyway, because with a 15-year-old, it was either smile or snap. "It's crooked. I'm pretty sure Hunter was dating Molly when he was 15, and look at them now." Matt got the offending knot in just the right place and ran his hands over his son's shoulders. He definitely put on some muscle since they'd moved to Ivory Peaks 18 months ago. Keith had been working the farm too, earning money and learning the ins and outs of horse care from one of the best, Gloria Munson. Matt thought he was a pretty decent groomsman too, and his pride in his work had only increased since he'd made the move permanent. Keith loved working with the horses, though he'd never said so. Matt could just tell by the way the boy got up in the morning and took care of them before school, rain or shine. He could sometimes be found leaning against a fence, talking to a horse. He led them all to their therapy appointments, and he'd even agreed to participate in the equine therapy program that Hunter and his soon-to-be wife, Molly, had started last year. Pony Power had opened her doors to children with...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?